All right. Today we have an opening and a game like no other. Now, when white plays pawn to e4 and black responds with pawn to e5, many people they don't know what's the best line to play. How should they win the game? Today I will show you a game that I played against a over 2300 FIDE rated FIDE Master from Israel, and I crushed the guy without any problems, without any chance. He was demolished. And I will show you this opening that I played. Let's get right into it. So pawn to e4 was played. Pawn e5. I was not too satisfied with this move. Usually e5 is known as a very solid move, a very safe move. The guy who plays pawn to e5, he's not looking to, risk too much. Knight to f3 was played. Knight to c6. I opted for the Italian game with bishop to c4. And he played knight to f6, attacking the pawn on e4. Yeah, he's simply protected with pawn to d3. Bishop to c5 was played. And here, I played a very interesting move, which is actually not seen too much at the master level. I played the move knight to c3. And I would recommend you to investigate this move. The whole idea of knight to c3. White simply develops his knight, he develops a piece. The main idea, after pawn to d6, White will actually just play knight to a4, and he will win the bishop pair as the pawn on d6 blocks out the bishop's escape. And the main idea is if Black plays what he did in the game, if he castles, we have different options. Usually White can try like bishop g5, and White is stirring up, so he's stirring up all his pieces in the game with some heavy development. But the main idea is that sooner or later, White waits for this d6 to get knight a4 and grab the bishop pair, and White can claim some sort of small advantage. My opponent played pawn to a6, so the idea behind this, he's making space for his bishop. He's ready to play d6. But again, it's a pawn. It's not developing anything, and my pieces are in the game. So I immediately brought out another piece in the game, a menacing bishop move. He played pawn to h6. Will I retreat or not? No. Again, I'm up in development, so I'm playing with tempo, playing dynamic. I take, knight to d5, attacking the queen, attacking the pawn. Queen comes back to d8. I play pawn to c3. I'm ready to strike in the center. Pawn to d4. Things are going. He plays d6. I strike. He moves back. And now I played a very concrete move. Pawn takes on e5. The idea is that if he took with the d pawn, I would have played queen to e2. And then after, followed by long castle and the rook coming on d1, his queen is going to be facing some problems. He took with the knight. I captured. He captured. Queen to h5, very interesting move. Attacking the pawn here and sort of eyeing the f7 pawn. Black played the best move. He castled, gave out the pawn. I simply recaptured the pawn. And after rook to e8, I played queen to f4. And it seems that I'm up a pawn for nothing. But he actually missed the best move. The best move here for black is the not easy move at all, queen to d6. The whole idea is that if white takes on f4, black recaptures on e4 with check. He wins back his pawn and then he recaptures on d6. But my opponent, he's not a patzer, but he's not at the higher order. He's not a real chess grandmaster. He's a FIDE master. Of course, he's not going to find that move. So the guy who played bishop d6, I just took a pawn and he gave me it for free. Typical below grandmaster level play. Typical. And I was sitting on the board here. I was pondering, how should I play? I castle long on the other side, facing down his queen, ready to bring the burden to him. He played queen to g5. I simply took, he recaptured, and now he has the idea of c6 kind of eyeing up. My bishop on c5 simply moved back to b3. He took here. I recaptured with the rook. After rook to e4, rook to d7. And here we had a very interesting position. So for now, material is equal. However, my rook has this dynamic position on the 7 rank, coupled with the powerful bishop on b3, and that gives white a winning advantage, actually. He played rook to f4, defending and attacking. I simply played f3, getting my pawn away from his bishop and kind of limiting his rook here, while my rook still serves a great role. He played rook to e8. What do I do? Grab that pawn. Give me that. Give me that. Rook to e2. I played pawn to g3. Very nice move. The idea that I rook f3 I would have had bishop to d1, winning the exchange. He played rook to f6, and I simply took on d7, another pawn, just putting everything in the bag, just like I'm robbing the bank, grabbing the money. Give me that, give me that. Played bishop e3. Simply I move the king. Again, cannot take because of bishop to d1. Rook f2. And simply bishop d5. I play defending my pawn. I'm up 2 pawns. I have the dominant rook. After rook d2, simply rook d7 with a nice idea in mind. After he took on f3, with the idea that if I recapture, he would capture here. Rook d8 check. And after king h7, bishop to e4 check with a discovery. After f5, simply rook d2. And what to do if he recaptures? I take his rook. And if he recaptures his simply I would move. I'm up the exchange. And some pawns. It is good. In this video, I showed you a not well known secret in the Italian game with white. This opening you can use and investigate in your own games and start to crush the black players with e5. Take them out of the knowledge with simple developing chess.